how do you still choose what gets your attention so that last week doesn't just end on Sunday and you start all over again? How do you build on that so that your routines stay familiar and your goals stay visible? That way, over time, your effort will finally feel like it's connecting to progress. I want to show you a simple way to organize all the chaos. Hey Mama, welcome to the Habit Stacking Mom Show. Do you want to feel less exhausted and burnt out by motherhood? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling daily routines and more energy? Do you wake up with big, ambitious goals only to feel overwhelmed managing everyone else's expectations and ignoring your own? Hey, I'm Jess. I too am a mom of littles who teetered on the edge of burnout. I felt extremely defeated chasing kids all day, and I wished I didn't feel like a constant failure. I wanted to stop losing patience with my kids and husband and create some structure, but the unpredictability in my home, I had no idea how to make that happen until I found a better way to organize my daily routines. In this podcast, you will find a plan to create balance, strategies to declutter your home and mind, and tips to boost your energy and confidence. You'll feel so much more accomplished each day and show up stronger for your family. It's time to pop in your ear pods, shake up your fizz, and let's get stacking. Hey mamas, welcome back to the show. So before we dive in, this is your last call reminder for the weekly reset workshop. It's happening on February 10th at 10:30, and this is truly it. This is your last call. So if your weeks feel chaotic or your routines just keep falling apart, or you feel like you're constantly starting over, this workshop is exactly what we're going to work through together. We are going to make sure that the goals you have in your home life right now are actually showing up inside of your day-to-day routines. Because here's the real question for you. If I were a fly on the wall in your house last week, not this week, last week, would I be able to tell you right now what you prioritize? Would I be able to see your goals in how your time is being used? Would I be able to see your values in how you structure your day? And if the honest answer is no, I don't feel aligned with my goals right now. First of all, you're not alone in that at all. But that is why I want you to go to the link in the show notes and register to join us, because this is exactly what we are going to fix together. I would truly love to have you there. So let's talk about that idea of starting over each week. When I hear the words starting over, I immediately think of wiping a slate clean, emptying everything out, using a ton of energy just to get back to that baseline again. And all of those things sound just exhausting to me, so exhausting to me as a mother. Like starting over is too much, especially after the last few weeks of snow days we've had with kids being home. When routines disappear and the structure falls apart, it's really hard. That kind of disruption has a way of making you forget things, fall behind on things, right? Because the kids are everywhere and they're making a mess as you clean. And you lose control of what you were focused on before the school days were canceled. It's the same feeling you get after 2 weeks of Christmas break or 3 months of summer break. You're just in survival mode and you're going with the flow. And in some seasons, I get it. That's necessary. I don't mind having summer break. I'm prepared. I'm anticipating it. So sometimes it's good. Vacations, breaks, the resets can be healthy. But those are not the words I would use when I'm trying to describe what a routine is. A routine should be predictable. They're definitely not the words I would use to describe productivity. Resetting, taking my time, slow motion, that's not what productivity means. But that's exactly how we feel in some of the seasons in our life. We're in slow motion, or maybe you don't have a very good plan. So you're constantly feeling like you're starting over instead of moving forward. Let me give you a story of 2 moms, giving you a really clear idea of what I mean here. Mom number 1, she's losing things all the time. She has no real systems. Her to-dos, they're all over the place. She just sees something and writes them on sticky notes, notebooks. Maybe she puts them in her phone on an app, or they're just like running around in her head. So she's usually running late, not because she doesn't care, but she really doesn't know what time she needs to leave, so she's already behind. Nothing's ready the night before, so every morning starts in reaction mode, and she never really looks at her calendar in advance. She kind of wakes up on Monday morning and has no clear picture of what really needs to get done or what the week actually holds. She doesn't know what's coming. She honestly could not tell you what's even been accomplished in the last month because there's nothing worth building on. Every week feels brand new, it feels heavy, and it feels like she's starting from scratch. Now, mom number 2 looks very different. She knows the purpose of each routine block in her day. She knows what mornings are for, afternoons, evenings. She has a clear weekly focus. Maybe this week her goal is getting the house reset. So she knows her priority is thinning out the kids' clothes and clearing space. Maybe this week her focus is business, so she knows exactly what to spend her energy on for her business. Maybe the goal is eating healthier, so she's got meal planning under control and meal prep. That's rising to the top as priority because she has a focus. She knows what she's building on. She knows that last week she stayed on track with those meals because she prepped them, so she continues to do that over the weekend. Or maybe she started decluttering, so she got the bags lined up so that she could move into the next space. Maybe the week feels super heavy this week with school and activities, so she prepared in advance. That way things would run smoother. Her routine stays mostly the same, but her focus shifts based on her goals. She knows what she's in the process of doing and what direction she's heading, and she knows how to use the small pockets of time that she does find to keep making progress instead of losing momentum. She has a master to-do list, and instead of trying to do everything at one time, she pulls 1 or 2 stacks into her week so she can keep moving forward on that list without drowning in it. She's not doing more, she's on purpose. Do you hear the difference in these 2 moms? Don't you listen to mom number 2 and you go, oh my gosh, I would love to be that. One wakes up and reacts, and the other wakes up with a roadmap. She has a plan. So here's the $1 million question. How does mom 1 become mom number 2? Because I know some of you are thinking right now, yep, I'm mom number 1, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. You're saying, that's me. I honestly feel like I've been that way my whole life. But you relate to mom number 2, or maybe you know some mom number 2s, and you think, yeah, that's me, or I'd love to be that. But what I actually believe, I think the majority of the women listening to this show are right in the middle. They're mom number 1 mostly, but they're trying so hard to be mom number 2. But the problem is it doesn't come natural. They're not bad at managing life. They were just never taught how to move forward from one day to the next in a way that would maximize their minutes. Most of us were never given directions. We were never taught how to prioritize. We were just taught to survive the week. How do we take a week and get out of the never-ending to-do list that's slowly crushing us? How do you do that? And when I think about that question, I always go back to the moment that I became a mom for the first time, that 4th trimester. Whew, you know that moment when you bring a baby home and you're like, my first baby. You're thinking, oh, geez, how do I keep this tiny human alive? I'm the one responsible for it. They let me leave the hospital with it. And yes, your husband is there, but you know deep down, you're probably the one getting up all night for the next few months. So you just go through the motions, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, and you're lucky you get a shower. Maybe someone drops off a meal. Then week 2 rolls around and you start comparing day 1 pictures to day 14 and you're like, holy crap, they grew so much already. So now you're panicking a little because you're like, I gotta soak it in. I gotta hold on to this moment. But you're also completely exhausted. By week 3, you finally try to leave the house and suddenly you realize, oh my gosh, we need 1,000 things just to go to Target. Pacifier, I need a bottle and diapers and extra clothes and toys and oh yeah, all the pump parts because you've never fed a baby in public before. That season is a total reality check that nobody prepares you for. I know you're listening to this laughing and giggling because you probably stayed up all night Googling things like, how do I get poop stains out of onesies? How do I get spit up out of my shirt? Or what do I do when they roll over? Or is it okay if one arm is out of the swaddle? I know I Googled that one because it's like you're just trying to survive. You really have no idea what you're doing. Even if you were around little kids growing up or you babysat, there's something different when you're the one 100% responsible. And if you're lucky, you have a mom or a friend or a neighbor, a mother-in-law, somebody that'll bring you food and remind you, hey, go take a shower. You know, that support only lasts a few months. And while I'm walking you down memory lane right now, I want you to notice something. We all share this part of motherhood. We have different details, but essentially the same experience. We brought a little human into the world, and we are responsible for it. No one sits you down and says, okay, lesson 1, let me teach you how to not lose yourself in the next 5 years. No one teaches you how to build a plan and protect it, or how to set boundaries around the things that matter to you. They'll help you with laundry. They'll help you with dishes. They'll give you a million ways that you should do this and do that, and they'll hold the baby for you. But no one teaches you how to manage a home effectively, how to make sure there's food in the fridge, how dinner happens over and over and over and over again, how to stay ahead of appointments and schedules, how to keep the mess from swallowing you whole as you clean and the kids come behind you and destroy it again. There is no lesson plan for that. So somewhere along the line, we have to learn how to go from being responsible for a tiny human, learning what that feels like, what are the steps here, to effectively running a home with children in it. There is a transition there. There is a lot of education and experience that happen between baby number 1 and kindergarten. There's a lot of learning that happens. We have so many things we're learning from that baby that somewhere along the line, we need to make that transition. And how do you effectively do that? Because sometimes we're not ready for it yet. We are not ready at 6 months, 9 months, and then boom, we have the next child. And so we never fully transition until we're on the other side of having kids, or we've gotten a whole lot more experience under our belt, and then we finally go, okay, this isn't working. I need to get better at running my home. But there's a pretty good chance that you've already created some pretty bad habits. It's because that's not what anyone thinks about when they start having kids. By the time baby 2 and baby 3 come along, or however many kids you have, you already have habits. You have a pattern and a way of doing life, good or bad. Some of us are taught by our parents, and we're just repeating the cycle. Some of us didn't have good role models, so we've made it up as we go along. It doesn't matter. We're all just trying to keep surviving. And this right here is exactly why so many moms feel like they're always starting over instead of building on what they already did. We feel guilty or feel like a failure. And it's not because you're bad at routines. You just weren't taught how to structure a week. So of course Monday feels like a reset instead of a continuation. And the to-do list never ends because, first of all, you keep writing it on sticky notes and losing them. Nothing's going to stick that way. No one ever showed you how to take what happened last week and use it to shape the next week. Imagine if you could just follow mom number 2 around for like 3 months straight. Take notes, make changes. Imagine how good you would get at running your home, managing your life. That's the shift. That's the shift I want to teach you. How to start choosing what gets your energy first. Learning how to practice what helps make progress towards your goals again, in between the tantrums, the sibling fights, the home maintenance, in between all of that. How do you still choose what gets your attention so that last week doesn't just end on Sunday and you start all over again? How do you build on that so that your routines stay familiar and your goals stay visible? That way, over time, your effort will finally feel like it's connecting to progress. Making your way back to the to-do list, moving you back up and saying you're just as important here. You are just as important as the people you care for in your home. I want to show you a simple way to organize all the chaos. Not just the things in your home, the items, but the way you manage the tasks and what you spend your time on each week. I want you to focus there so that I can help you feel a little bit more in control again. Look, motherhood's hard. There's no denying it. And there's going to be a lot of you out there that are like, okay, this isn't my thing. Fine. But I do encourage you to come, check it out, listen to the workshop and see if it fits your life. See if this technique is a way that allows you to take everything that we do as mothers, all the chaos, and just simplify it. Simplify it and hold space for the things that matter to you. That's what the weekly reset workshop is. I'm going to help you find the things that are non-negotiable. You can't skip them. We don't have a choice there. We're going to pop those into your week first. Then we have to take a look at our routines. What is the purpose of the morning routine? What is the purpose of the evening? What are we trying to do? Instead of turning a blind eye and just walking through the day without knowing where we're going, let's give it some direction. That way your routines don't just keep falling apart and the next day just feels like a total mess. And if you do feel like you're reactive instead of intentional, then you're this person that I'm talking to. You are the one that should come to this weekly reset workshop. I would love to help you reset. We're going to take the goals that you care about and make sure that they are showing up inside of your week. And then we practice that over and over until we get so good at it that it runs smoother. It becomes second nature. That's the beauty of habit stacking. Using something like an anchor that is so predictable, we can't skip it. Like, I have to take my kids to school. I would love some days to skip it, but I can't. So that's an anchor in my day. Some of you may not have children you have to take to school. Maybe there's a bus that comes. Whatever the anchor is, it's just got to be something that you can use to start layering and stacking on the priorities that matter to you, whether that's fitness, finance. Maybe you're trying to get your house reset and reorganized. You need to eat healthy. I don't know what your goal is, but I want to show you how to bring those priorities back front and center so that you can make progress in your life. Not someday, not when the kids turn 18 and when life calms down, because let me tell you, that's going to be a long time from now. I want to show you how to do it right now in the life that you're living. So the link to join me is in the show notes. Go down there, scroll down, click on it, register. You have nothing to lose. It is finally happening tomorrow, February 10th at 10:30. I cannot wait to help you build a workable week, something that you can use and build on week after week after week and keep practicing until you find a rhythm that finally makes you feel in total control, even though it's totally chaotic, right? That's what I want to work on with you. So until next time, mamas, just keep stacking, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.
Well, that's it for today.
Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with another mama friend who may also be drowning in overwhelm at home too? Also, please leave me a quick review for the show on Apple Podcast. It just lights me up to know the podcast is helping you. Okay, back to cleaning up the Play-Doh mess and finishing laundry. I'll be waiting right here for you on Mondays and Thursdays with another episode. Just love and life, Jess.